Hello my friend, in this video I'm going to be helping you out if you're using DistroKid HyperFollow and it does not seem to be working for you. There's a couple of different reasons why this could be happening, and we are going to cover as many as possible of them in this video, so let's jump right in. So if DistroKid HyperFollow is not working for you, there are generally three things that you can do. One, the best thing is to contact their support. Two is rethink the pre-save marketing strategy. Or three, start looking for an alternative to the HyperFollow pages in particular. Essentially, when it comes to technical issues, the simplest and easiest thing for you to do is simply contact DistroKid for help, which I do have a video about above, which you can check out. Just kind of the quickest way to actually access their support without jumping through too many hoops. However, if you are noticing a less technical issue, like no one is pre-saving your release or the pre-save numbers are not matching up with the actual save numbers on Spotify, there actually might be a much bigger issue at play. So before diving into these, as well as a couple of other common issues with DistroKid HyperFollow, I also wanted to let you know that I've written an article on this topic, so if you'd like to follow along, simply head over to Google and type in DistroKid HyperFollow not working, and you will be able to get access to this full article if you'd prefer to follow along, or if you would just rather read instead of hearing my annoying voice. So let's dive right into this. So after setting up your very own DistroKid HyperFollow link for your latest release, you may run into a few problems such as the HyperFollow page and Spotify stats not updating properly. Thankfully, quite a few of these have already been addressed by the DistroKid team or have very simple solutions. So here are the common issues that DistroKid users tend to encounter with HyperFollow smart links. A higher amount of pre-save or follows stated on HyperFollow than the actual amount of saves shown on Spotify. HyperFollow launching the Spotify website instead of the actual app. The album artwork not updating on the HyperFollow page unless you redo the entire song submission process. And one of the biggest ones is no one pre-saving on the HyperFollow page. So let's take a look at some of the simple solutions for these common problems and get you ready to kill it for your next release. So one of the first ones, DistroKid HyperFollow page not updating. So after you're submitting your release to DistroKid, a HyperFollow page should automatically be created for that release. Additionally, your page will be updated for you with links to other streaming services on release day. So when DistroKid first released HyperFollow, there was a bug where the page would not actually update after a user made an edit to the page. This issue has been fixed since the feature launched, but if you do come into any issues, the best option would be to again contact DistroKid for some help on the matter. Next is the DistroKid HyperFollow stats not updating. A common problem that DistroKid users may encounter is having the stats not update in the DistroKid dashboard, or for the stats between the DistroKid and Spotify for Artist dashboard just not being the same. If your DistroKid HyperFollow stats are not updating, simply give the stats more time to update or perform a quick check by pre-saving the song yourself using your own public HyperFollow link. The stats may be off because the user started the pre-save process, which registered the stat in DistroKid, but they backed out before the song actually was saved. This actually speaks to a bigger, more fundamental issue with pre-saves, which we'll get onto a little bit more in this video. Next is the DistroKid HyperFollow pre-save not working. So the two main issues you may encounter with pre-saves or follows when using HyperFollow are differences between the amount of stats shown in DistroKid and the Spotify dashboards, or the fact that HyperFollow launches the Spotify website instead of the actual app when users are trying to pre-save your release. These problems happen because of Spotify's integration with DistroKid and because of the simple fact that almost no one actually pre-saves music. Let's get real. When is the last time you honestly pre-saved a song because you just had to have it the moment it came out? Although it's a great concept, potential listeners need to connect their Spotify account at the time of pre-saving your music, and it's not an easy way to do it either. This issue becomes worse when you take into account basically the integration that Spotify has with not just HyperFollow, but really any of these other pre-save smart link kind of solutions. So fans need to type in their username and password to make the connection because Spotify opens in a different browsers with the login details not saved. So quite simply, no one really wants to go through that kind of hassle of remembering and typing in their username and password just to save your song. It's just way too much work on the listener's part. With that said, again, it isn't just a DistroKid problem. Any pre-save link from any company has this issue due to how Spotify chooses to integrate with these different websites and companies and stuff. So personally, I wouldn't bother with pre-saves for that reason, and I would simply focus your marketing efforts on release day and beyond. I think one of the biggest things is if you can capture somebody's attention and they want to listen to your song, you might as well do it so that they can actually listen to your song right at that time instead of having them to wait a week or even 2 weeks to remember that your song's coming out and care about it on that release day, you might as well get their attention while you have it. So one of the biggest solutions to this is finding a alternative to DistroKid HyperFollow, which I have looked up and have started using myself. So the best alternative to DistroKid's HyperFollow links are to build your own by using a WordPress or Squarespace site. So I personally do this myself with my very own WordPress-based website, which is the one that I'm using to write this article here. And I find it to be more flexible and effective, particularly if you want to do the Spotify algorithm hack, which is essentially using Facebook and Instagram ads to run traffic over to your smart link pages. So I actually started off by using DistroKid HyperFollow. It was much worse back in the day when I was using it because you couldn't actually put the Facebook pixel onto it. Which is why I found this solution. And the main reasons that I would recommend this solution even to this day over the HyperFollow links is because without paying for the individual services like HyperFollow, Linktree, ToneDen, Hypedit, you can actually make your smart link pages completely customized and look like any of those other ones, because you can add in a drag and drop editor, which allows you to basically put up, say, a HyperFollow example and then use the drag and drop editor to kind of copy exactly how it looks, and you can make it look exactly the same, which is super cool. You can also get more streams to your music by using highly tested and conversion optimized smart link templates, because you can do things like A/B test or split test results. So when you bring someone over to your smart link page using something like WordPress, you can actually have it so there's a 50% split of two different types of smart links, and then you can measure which one gets the most results, and then on your next release use the one that gets the most results. And then also you'll look more professional and credible by having the custom domain. So at the top it'll be like your artist name /song, and you can get your brand across by personally customizing everything and not having little DistroKid logos and stuff on your smart link page or anything like that. And again, on top of that, like I kind of mentioned earlier, when you use something like WordPress as opposed to something like HyperFollow or any of those other smart link options, you can actually start creating your own full-blown website, which is pretty professional, and you can have your own about page and all that kind of stuff, and have private pages for your fans, all sorts of crazy awesome stuff. So I should mention, if you want to look a little bit more into this, I've also put together a completely free step-by-step course on how to use smart links to grow your Spotify streams. There'll be a link to it in the description. It's completely free, and I think one cool thing about it is it does show you how to set up, say, WordPress and the drag and drop editor and all that kind of stuff. There's also a bunch of templates that I've been using myself, and I've probably bragged about this 4 million times, but I've reached 4 million streams on Spotify, as you can see here. And I've actually used these templates and WordPress and this drag and drop editor to help get those results. So I give those templates away for free as well. And if you're still using HyperFollow, or if you're using any of those other ones, Hypedit, ToneDen, the first chunk of the course just goes into the strategy of how you can use smart links to grow your streams. And this really applies to absolutely any kind of smart link out there, right? So if you're using Hypedit, ToneDen, any of those things, the strategies are all the same as long as your smart link can be formatted in a particular way, which I dive into in the course, and as long as you can add the Facebook pixel so that you can actually run ads to it. So the first chunk of it is all about the strategy, which you can apply no matter what smart link that you are using. Again, completely free, link in the description, all that kind of stuff. Check it out, 100%. Let's dive right back into the video. So if you want to create your own DistroKid HyperFollow smart links, all you need is either a simple WordPress-based website or a Squarespace-based website. If you already have a website solution in place, you may be able to create your own smart links at absolutely no extra cost to you. Because to create your own smart links for marketing music, the truth is that you can really use any website creator on the market today, but it is best if you have the ability to create pages that allow you to remove the header and footer, which is just like the top navigation and the bottom navigation. And although both of these options are great, I personally use and recommend WordPress because of the low monthly fees. It's much cheaper than Squarespace, and I'm kind of a cheap ass, I will admit that. And there's just more customization and flexibility because of the plugins available on WordPress and different themes, and the option to upload different pre-made templates like the ones that I provide for free in that course. So if you want to learn more about how you can get set up with a new smart link strategy and all that kind of stuff, check out the free course below. Also, this article will dive a little bit more into comparing HyperFollow to Linktree and all the different HyperFollow competitors that you can check out with reviews for each of them and other options compared to DistroKid that you can check out as well. It's a pretty good resource if you are a HyperFollow user. With that said, again, check out the course in the link below. And if you found this video useful, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Good luck on your next release, and I will see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.